Hey gamers, Gecko here. With all of the extremely exciting things happening in the fighting game scene right now, it's pretty easy to forget that Strive Ranked Mode is set to release sometime soon. Arxis said we would be getting Ranked Mode between June and August, which, knowing Arxis, means that it's gonna be in August. But still, they could surprise us. They definitely surprised us earlier this week. So before we get any news about the game mode publicly, I want to say what I want from the ranked matchmaking mode in Guilty Gear Strive. I do kind of feel like Strive is starting to become a testing ground for Arxis' other projects, but hopefully that means they're open to criticism and willing to make things good. I have 5 separate features that I would like in the ranked matchmaking mode. They're all pretty simple, but just about every fighting game finds a way to mess them up somehow. I have yet to personally see a fighting game that has all 5 consistently. So how about we go through them all? To begin with, the first one, and something that I think is extremely important, and I'm amazed that some games don't have this, placement matches. If you don't know, placement matches are sets of matches that you play where you are classed as unranked. Depending on the win rate you have during these matches, depends on the placement in the rank system that you get. In most games, this is around 10 matches that you play, and the more that you win, the higher you go up. Street Fighter 6 has this system right now. If you go onto a brand new character, you have to play 10 matches, and depending on how many you win, you get placed in a different rank. Anywhere from the bottom of Iron all the way to the top of Diamond. Placement matches are an extremely good system because they get you to an appropriate skill level extremely quickly. One of the most annoying things about Tekken is the fact that it doesn't have placement matches. Back when Clyde released, I hadn't really played Tekken, so I started in the green ranks, and I basically went uncontested all the way to the red ranks. I wasn't good at the game, I just had enough fundamental skill to be able to deal with people's bullshit. Also, forward 1+2, it was a very funny button at the time. But going through that slog isn't really fun. Having to fight constantly just to get to the rank where you're actually getting decent matches is not the point of a ranked mode. If I'm a high ranked player, please just put me in high ranks immediately. Don't make me ruin some poor noob's day, it's not going to be fun for them. Second, win streak and loss streak bonuses. Win streak bonuses are pretty simple. The more you win, the more points you get. So if you go on a large win streak, you get to the next rank faster. Loss streak bonuses are the same. If you lose a lot, you're more likely to D-rank compared to someone who's having a lot of losses but a couple of wins in between. This, again, is for convenience and making sure the system actually works. If someone's winning a lot in the ranks that they're in, they should just fly up the ladder extremely quickly. Tekken actually has this system. If you go on a big win streak, you begin to just get a bunch of points, but Street Fighter 6 didn't have this system. Well, kind of. Back when Street Fighter 6 released, if you were below gold rank, you would actually get a win streak bonus for anything you won. However, the moment you hit platinum, you would lose win streak bonus. If you had a 20 win streak in platinum, you would still be getting the same amount of points as someone who just lost 20 games but won one. Yes, you'd obviously still be climbing the ranked, but it made getting through the platinum ranks an absolute slog, especially if you didn't start in them. This was obviously an attempt by Capcom to make Master Ranked more valuable, but it turned a lot of people who would be really into the game away. People like me, I just didn't want to grind through the platinum ranks. I had about a 70% win rate, but it was taking so long to rank up, I was just losing hope. So I quit. A win streak bonus, though, would have absolutely prevented that. It would have gotten me to a rank that was more deserving of my skill faster. The whole point of ranked is that you should be fighting people around your skill level. It is a tool to be used in order to gain experience and have good matches. So we want to make sure that people are in the rank that they deserve to be in, be it positive or negative. Of course, if you're in a lower rank and you feel like you should be in a higher rank, you can have a bit of a bruised ego about it. And this is where the next thing comes in. There needs to be some kind of levers penalty. This feels like a bit of a catch-22 because of the Strive servers, but I think having a levers penalty would be a lot better than not having one. If you don't know, a levers penalty punishes someone who quits out of a match before it's finished. This is generally by reducing the amount of rank points they have, or by locking them out of queuing into a ranked match for a set period of time. Most of the time it ends up being both. Levers penalties are extremely important in competitive games because if you don't have them, the option to just quit a match right before you lose is there, and there's no punishment for it. Because of that, players who really only care about their ranked are always going to quit out, 100% of the time. This was a big problem in Street Fighter V and Tekken 7, where the higher ranks were infested with people who would just Alt F4 the game the moment they were about to lose in order to protect their rank points. I want to say both of these games have this system now, but I'm not 100% sure. Still, the Strive rank matchmaking absolutely needs this. Otherwise, it is going to become absolute hell for several people. I know if the option is on the table to quit out the moment before you lose, and you don't lose anything, a lot of people are going to take it. And it is going to suck. Now, this does lead to a little bit of a problem with the Strive servers. If you don't know, Strive's matchmaking right now is not good. Once you're in a match, it's generally fine. However, the lobby system has been bugged for years, and it has had times where it's been extremely exploitable. Hackerman may still be out there, we're not sure. But there is a game mode in which I've seen very few problems with the matchmaking. And I hope that the ranked mode takes a note from this. Do you guys remember Team of 3? Team of 3 was the experimental game mode that Arxis put, which let you play with up to 2 of your friends against another team of 3 players. A lot of people called it a wasted game mode and a useless piece of development time, but with the power of hindsight, it seems like they were testing out a couple of systems for an upcoming project. Anyway, one of the things that I really liked about Team of 3 is the fact that you can just queue into it. Team of 3 has automatic matchmaking. You press a button, and it finds people of similar skill to you to play against. It also attempts to fill you with other players who are also playing. So if you queue solo, it'll try to find 2 other people to make a team of 3 with you. It was a pretty good system when people queued into it, and I rarely had any issues other than one person having a bad connection. What I hope is that Arxis takes this specific queue system and puts it into their rank mode. Being able to use this system from training mode like you would quick play, or maybe adding some sort of mini game to the lobby so you're able to do something with your hands while you wait, would make this system really good. In fact, let us use it from training mode. That's actually the better idea. But I want it to be this system and not the lobby system. I love Strive lobby systems. I think the avatars are great, as you probably know. But it is very buggy and prone to errors. Just letting me queue in like that and having it work would be absolutely amazing. It's the reason that I've wanted ranked mode in Strive for so long. A queue system would make this game absolutely peak. And finally, have separate ranks for separate characters. This one is super common in fighting games, and it's something that Archer should absolutely do. Instead of having an account-wide rank where you are one specific rank and all of your characters queue into it, I would like a system in which each character that you play has their own separate rank. Similar to how Street Fighter does it. So you play placements on the character, and that character can be a different rank from someone else entirely. This allows players to use rank mode for its intended purpose, queuing against similar skilled players. If you're like me, and you've spent 1,000 hours playing Giovanna, and you want to try out a new character, they're not going to be as good as your Giovanna to begin with. So, if they have a separate rank, they could be a lower rank, more resemblant of your skill on that character. Now, learning an alternate character is not as daunting. Celestial is a very flawed system, but one of the most annoying things about it is trying to learn an alt. If you get in with your main character and decide that you want to learn someone else, your options are take that character down to floor 10, or get bodied in Celestial with them. Yes, it can be a faster track to getting better at the character if you just keep losing, but it's not a fun experience. I've been spending a lot of time learning Unica, and I would much rather have a system where I can just queue in as her against players of my own skill than have to be forced to be in Celestial where it expects me to be playing at my peak. Because I'm not. I'm playing a new character. These 5 things are extremely fundamental, and I hope that they are in the system by default. If Strive Ranked Mode has all of these, I think it's going to be one of, if not the best ranked system in fighting games. and it's going to be an absolute blast to play. But what about you guys? What do you guys think would make a good ranked mode? Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you all enjoyed. Please subscribe to the channel if you want more Strive and other Arxis game content in the future. I'll be streaming the Xbox Showcase tomorrow, whenever that's happening, so go check out the Twitch down below as well. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.